Hello everyone. Our today's topic is chromosomal theory of inheritance. Gregor John Mendel published his work on inheritance of trait in 1866, but for some reasons it remained unnoticed or unrecognized till 1900, as communication was not easy in those days. His work was not widely recognized, but in 1900, three scientists, Hugo de Ries, then Correns, and von Schermach, independently rediscovered Mendel's work on inheritance of traits. Due to advancement in microscopy, scientists were able to observe cell division and the structure of chromosome under microscope. Walter Sutton along with Theodore Boveri. Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri in 1903 studied the parallel behavior of Mendel's factor, which we call genes, and behavior of chromosomes at the time of meiosis. Based on these observations, chromosomal theory of inheritance was put forth by Sutton and Boveri. This theory identifies chromosomes as the carrier of genetic material. This theory states that the chromosomes are present in pairs in somatic cells. Somatic cells are also called as body cells. During gamete formation, homologous chromosome pair segregate and assort independently during meiosis. Here we can see two homologous chromosome, they separate or segregate. Each gamete contain only one chromosome from pair. This gamete or this cell one chromosome and another cell one chromosome. Again this chromosome they divide and this sister chromatid separate, and each chromatid it goes in different cell. Male and female gamete, that is sperm and egg, carry all hereditary traits. Hereditary traits which carry the information from parent to offspring. They are the link between parent and offspring. The fusion of haploid male gamete and haploid female gamete restore diploid number of chromosome of the species. Let us study the structure of chromosome. Chromosomes are the filamentous or thread-like bodies present in the nucleus of plants and animal cells. Here we can see the cell, and inside the cell we can see the structure of nucleus. Inside the nucleus we can see the chromosomes. So this is the structure of chromosome. The term chromosome, it is a Greek word. Chromo means color and soma means body. It was coined by W. Waldier in 1888. The size and number of chromosome varies from species to species. For example, humans have 46 chromosome, spinach has 12 chromosome, kangaroo has 16 chromosome, starfish has 36 chromosome, mango has 40 chromosomes. Let us study the size. Each metaphase chromosome varies from 0.1 to 33 mm in length and 0.2 to 2 mm in thickness. Visibility. Chromosomes are visible during cell division. They carry the hereditary information from parent to offspring. Composition. Chromosomes are made up of three things: DNA, histone and non-histone protein. Each chromosome has two identical halves called chromatid. This is one chromatid, this is another chromatid, joined together by centromere or primary constriction. So the middle structure is centromere or primary constriction. Primary constriction consists a disc-shaped plate called kinetochore. So here this shaped structure is called kinetochore. At this place, spindle fiber gets attached during cell division. Here you can see spindle fibers. This is the place where spindle fibers gets attached. Beside primary constriction, now where exactly primary constriction is present, here you can see very clearly, which is also called as centromere. Few chromosomes also possess additional one or two constriction called secondary constriction. Here you can see secondary constriction 1, here you can see secondary constriction 2. At secondary constriction 1, nucleolus become organized during interphase. It is also called as nucleolar organizer because they are necessary for formation of nucleolus. A satellite body called sat body, here you can see satellite body. It is attached at secondary constriction 1 in very few chromosomes. Each chromatid in turn contain long, unbranched, slender, highly coiled DNA thread called chromonema, extending through the length of chromatid. Here you can see these extend from one end to another end. Okay. Now, chromatid consist double-stranded DNA molecule which extend from one end of chromosome to other. Here you can see very clearly. The tip of chromosome is called telomere. Here you can see this is the tip which is called as telomere. Function of telomere. To stop the end of chromosome sticking to each other. So these two ends do not stick to each other. It also play an important role in making sure our DNA gets copied properly when cell divides. The surface of the chromosome bears small swellings called as chromomeres. You can see many small swelling like structures called as chromomere. Types of chromosome according to the position of centromere. There are 4 types: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. What is metacentric chromosome? It is based on the types of chromosome according to position of centromere. So if the centromere is present in the middle, then it is called as metacentric. M stand for middle. Here the two arms of the chromosome, they are of equal length. Submetacentric means if the centromere is just little bit away from the centromere, it is called as submetacentric. Then acrocentric means if the centromere is just far away from the middle line or center, it is called as submetacentric. And it is called acrocentric. And telocentric means if the centromere is at the tip of the chromosome. Now here you can see the shape of the chromosome. Here in case of metacentric, it looks like a letter V. Here in case of submetacentric, it looks like the letter L. Here in acrocentric, it looks like the letter J. And here in telocentric, it looks like the letter I. Sex chromosomes. Introduction. The chromosomes which are responsible for determination of sex are known as sex chromosomes or allosomes. Human beings and other mammals have X and Y chromosome as sex chromosomes. Let us study the difference between X and Y chromosome. So here these are the characteristic of X chromosome and here Y chromosome. The first characteristic or distinguishing character is X chromosome is straight, rod-like and longer than Y chromosome, whereas Y chromosome is shorter than X chromosome. It is metacentric and it is acrocentric. It has large amount of euchromatin extended region, and small amount of heterochromatin highly condensed region. Y chromosome has small amount of euchromatin and large amount of heterochromatin. X chromosome contain large amount of DNA material, hence genetically it is very active. Y chromosome has less amount of DNA material, hence genetically it is less active. Let us study the structure of X and Y chromosome in human. This is X chromosome and this is Y chromosome. Both X and Y chromosome show two regions, homologous and non-homologous region. These two parts are homologous region and these two parts are non-homologous region. Homologous region show similar genes. Why it is called as homologous? Because homologous means similar. Now here similar genes are present while non-homologous region shows dissimilar genes. This is X chromosome, this is Y chromosome. These two parts are homologous region which consist of similar gene. This is non-homologous region, this is also non-homologous region which consist of different genes. Crossing over occurs only between homologous region of X and Y chromosome. So here you can see homologous region where the crossing over takes place. Non-homologous region of X chromosome. This is X chromosome and this is non-homologous region of X chromosome. It is longer and contain more genes than that of Y chromosome. This is non-homologous region of Y chromosome. This is non-homologous region of X chromosome. In the diagram also it is clear that this region is longer as compared to this region. X-linked genes are present on non-homologous region of X chromosome. It consists of many genes. If the genes are present on non-homologous region of X chromosome, it is called as X-linked gene. If the genes are present on non-homologous region of Y chromosome, then it is called as Y-linked genes.